Welcome back to my channel. So during today's video, I am going to be creating an eyeshadow look using the Juvia's Place, the Nubian Earth eyeshadow palette. Y'all know I never know what I'm going to do, so we're just going to wing it as usual. So I already primed my eyes and I set them with a little bit of translucent powder. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this video. I am going to take my BH Cosmetics number 12 brush, and it's just this large fluffy brush, and I'm going to go in with the last shade on the top row, and I'm just going to pack that right in the crease area to set it a little bit more, and add a little bit to the other eye. And it's the same shade as the concealer I used this morning, and I used my e.l.f. Concealer, and it's the Hydrating Camo Concealer in the shade Fair Warm, like a neutral shade, a very light neutral shade. So we're going to take a little bit more of that shade again and make sure it's coated really good and placed right in that crease area. Okay, so now I am going to lightly blend the shade. Okay, so now I'm going to take, I'm looking for my Pallete blending brush. Okay, so now I'm going to take that's not what I was looking for. I am never prepared. I wish I could do a little better than what I've been doing. It wasn't that light. It's like the deflection. But I'm going to take this Cara Beauty K17 brush, and it's just this large fluffy blending brush. So I'm going to take the shade, the first shade on the last row, and it's just this matte shade. And I'm going to take it on the side tip of the brush and just pack it really good. And place it right in the outer V and right in that crease area. And just pack it, going over into the inner corner with what's left on the brush. That's a nice shade. Nice transition shade. The same thing for the other eye. And it's just a little bit deeper than the crease shade. So it's actually transitioning pretty good. And I'm just packing it. Just apply a little bit more, because I want to make sure it's standing right in that crease area. And just continue to pack it. And then we're going to blend it. As soon as we're done packing the shadow. Shadow. And a little bit more, because I like to lightly build my shadows and then I'll blend them. So now let's blend the shade, and I'm blending upwards towards the right in the crease, going upwards towards the brow bone, just to make sure it's blended really well in circular motions. And your windshield wiper motions. So now I'm going to, what was my makeup round? I don't have it, but I do have my towel, so I'm just going to wipe this brush off. And then I'm going to go in with, we're going to do a deeper shade on the outer V. So we're going to use the two shades together, the last shade and the shade from the last. This is a dark shade. So we're going to lightly stamp it right in the outer V. And we're not going to go all the way up into my crease or on the outside. I'm going to place it directly on the outer V because I don't want to go too far out. I just want to deepen up this area of the eye. Take a little bit more. This is a really pigmented shade, so I'm lightly fluffing it in this area because I don't want it too deep, and then I'll be sitting here longer than I want to, trying to blend it out. So I'm just gonna make sure we just lightly, just very lightly placing it in that area. Now you can do how deep you want it. I just like to do my shadows more on a softer look, especially with these deep shades when I'm going to work in the morning. So I'm just lightly placing it on the other eye. And take a little bit more of these two shades together. And I like the deepness of it. It's like black brown. It's really pretty. For the shadow I'm using. This is a nice little palette though. It's a nice everyday palette. So I'm just continuing to place it in that area. Now I'm going to go a little bit more towards the center of the lid, just flicking what's left on the brush onto the center of the lid. So we have a nice transition when I put my shimmer on. So I'm still just lightly, very lightly flicking it. Now I'm flicking it in circular motions, diffusing the edges of the shadow. Just continue to flick it. I'm flicking outwards now towards the outer V, going just flicking it just a little bit up towards the crease, but not high in the crease. So we're going to do the other side. And this is my little method I've been loving for, you know, blending my shadows. These really light, feathery strokes, especially with the edges. Instead of focusing so much on the center of the shadow, I focus more on the edges when I'm blending. Because I find it easier that way. You're not losing a whole lot of shadow. So I'm add a little bit more right in that area. I feel like it's a gap. And the same thing for this eye. So now I'm going to go back and forth. And just adding what's left on the tip of the brush on both eyes. Just going back and forth. But more in the center. Okay, so now I'm going to lightly blend the shadow, but I'm not going all the way over to the inner corner because I don't want this dark shade to take over this area going into my inner corner. So I'm just going to lightly blend it in the area that it's in. And again, I'm just mainly focusing on those edges of the shadow. Okay, so that is looking pretty good. So now I'm gonna go in. Let's do our base booster, and it's my BH. My tube had a hole in it, so I just stuck it in this little container because I really do like BH base booster, and I did not want to throw it away. Even though I have backups, I don't believe in throwing away anything. I'm sorry, because I be looking at some declutter and I be like, should I declutter? And then I think about it. I don't want to declutter whether I use it or not. I haven't reached that point yet. So I try to keep stuff as long as I can, especially stuff like this I like to use. So I'm just placing the glitter glue all over the center of the lid and going up into that crease area so we can place a nice beautiful shimmer. So just making sure it's really sticky and tacky so it'll hold that shimmer. Okay, so now I am going to take my, if I can find it, my little Anastasia, the little flat end of the brush. Let's see, I want to do, let's do this gold shade, the third shimmer on the top row. And we're going to just pack it. And you can lightly build it. You can use your finger, whatever method works best for you. I just like the brush because I can control how much is on my lid. And I do like a good payoff and pigmentation, but you know, sometimes my finger gets carried away, so I can control it, the placement with the brush. Now sometimes I'll go back with my finger just to kind of close up any spaces that I did not cover with the brush, but I really like using the brush when I do my shimmers. And I know you get a better payoff sometimes with your finger, but it'll be like, for me, it'll be all the way up here because I'm just that clumsy and it'll get real messy. So I'm just going to continue to pack it with this brush. And then I'm placing it right in the crease area with the tip of the brush in the shape of my crease. And I'm overlapping the dark shade. Same thing for the other eye. Just place it. I like this gold, it's pretty too. So we're doing the same thing and going right in the crease with the tip of the brush. And just continue to place it. Like I said, you can use your finger if you like. I just don't like using my finger when I'm placing it on my lid. Now, like I said, I will go back in with the tip of my finger and maybe place it like in this area. But if I try to place it the way I'm doing it now, it doesn't do right for me. It will be like everywhere. So I'm just making sure it's coated really well. Okay, apply a little bit more on this eye. That is pretty. Okay, just make sure we got the right amount of payoff. And right in that crease area, like I said, the shape of the eye. So now I'm gonna go in with what's my brush? That's the thing, I see the brushes and I don't see the brushes when I'm looking for it to finish it. Okay, my Sigma E41, this fiber brush, and I'm gonna lightly blend the shimmer shade. And the edges. And the same thing for this eye. Just lightly blend the edges. And you can see where it's have this like seamless look. It's not like a harsh line where the shimmer starts in the crease. It's like really, really blended really well. So now I'm going to take the same shade on this brush just to make sure my crease area has shimmer, because I love my crease area to have shimmers. We're going to blend, lightly blend. Okay, take a little bit for this eye. And you can see how it lightly places a little bit more directly in that area. Okay, so I like that. So now I'm going to go back in with the Cara Beauty Brush. And I'm going to take a little bit of the deeper shade again, because I want to make sure it's deep in that area. Gonna stamp it back in that same area. I'm gonna wipe the brush off with my towel and lightly blend the edges. And make sure those two shades are blended together. So now we're going to do one last step. I'm going to take my Morphe 573 fluffy brush, and I'm going to go back in with the neutral shade we used in the crease area. Not the crease. Yeah, we did the crease and the outer V, and we're going to just make sure it's still neutral around this area. Because I didn't want it too deep and black around it. I just wanted the black to kind of peek through. So now we're going to lightly blend, going into the inner corner. And make sure those edges are blended well together. Okay, so I am liking this eyeshadow look. I like it. So this is going to be the finished eyeshadow tutorial. So I'm going to finish the rest of my face. I like that. And I'll be back to show you guys my finished look. I will see you guys in a bit. Welcome back. This is the finished look, and I love how it has come together. This was really simple and easy to do. And again, I used the Juvia's Place, the Nubian Earth eyeshadow palette. This is a nice neutral everyday eyeshadow palette if you just want those nice like earth tone shades and not too, any color boldness or whatever. This is a nice everyday eyeshadow palette. The formula is really good in the palette. And everybody knows Juvia Place has great formula in their eyeshadow. So I do love their eyeshadows. But for my lower lash line, I went in with the shade that we use in our crease. That first shade there, like a caramel brown. And I applied a little bit on the outer V. And then and I use my little pencil brush, this little BH pencil brush. And then I went in with the gold shade and just kind of dabbed it right in the area on the lower lash line going towards the inner corner. Now for my inner corner, I used the second shade, and it's so pretty. It's like a greenish, I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like a greenish gold reflect. And I thought that was so pretty. Let me put a little bit more. It was so pretty in that inner corner because it's complementing that gold. Really pretty. It looks white in the palette, but it's actually like golden green reflex. So I want to make sure that pop stays there. And we're going to stamp it right in that inner corner, go under the lower lash line. But this is a beautiful shade. So that is all I did for the rest of my eye look. Now for my lips, I do want to share what I did to my lips because I love this combo. I used the Ulta automatic lip liner, and this is in raspberry. And I used my Steelers matte lipstick. And this is in the shade. What shade is this, baby? I don't know. It's not on here. It's a nude. I can tell you that. It's a nude shade. It's really not on here. I know I'm not crazy. This is what it looks like. I'm going to have to go find it online. It's just a small travel size Stila lipstick. Okay, moving along. And then I topped it with my e.l.f. plumping lip gloss. Now this one is Pink Cosmo. And I like that plumping gloss. I like this little tingling sensation going. So that completes the look. I hope you guys enjoyed the tutorial. I love, like I said, I absolutely love this look. This is a nice, easy, really easy go-to look. I do like it. So I'm gonna leave this out on my vanity to see if I can get some more looks out of it, because I do like this. But if you guys have not done so already, comment, like, and subscribe to your girl's channel and become a part of my YouTube family here. And I'll see you guys in my next video.